phone, you use your Translate, but in Google Sheets, you can actually do it yourself. So let me just wipe out some formulas here and show you how it works. So let's pretend that we've typed in something over here in English. So we've got, hello, how are you? And we want to translate it into another language. So it's quite easy. You use a formula that looks kind of like, well, it looks exactly like this. It's called Google Translate. And then what it will say is, I want to know the text that I want you to translate from and what language you want me to put it into. So in my little cell here of A2, I've got, hello, how are you? And then it says, okay, what language is that in? So at the moment, we know that's in English. So the little code for English is EN. And then we want to convert it to another language. Now over here on the right-hand side are all the codes that Google uses for all their languages. So if I want to translate it to say Finnish, I would use an F and an I. So I'm going to come back into my little formula here and type in FI. Beautiful, go like this. And this will now translate for me my hello, how are you into Finnish, which is very handy for the Finnish people who've joined us today. So welcome. Now, that might be good, but every time we do it, we have to keep on coming into here and typing in these codes. So it would be nicer if we could come in here and just pick the code that we wanted to, and it would then translate it for us. Well, we can do that. Look over here. Because I've got a list of items here, I can make a special little trick called, oops, I can't even see down the bottom there. I'm going to have to come to my data tab. We can make one in here where we do data validation, and it's saying, okay, I'm going to use a list from a range. I'm going to grab all these ones down here, and these are all the languages I can choose. So now I've got a little bit of a drop-down list, so I can come in here and choose whatever language I want it to convert to. Look at that, that's fantastic. So now what I'm going to do is, instead of having my FI for my one there to work out what it's going to translate into, I'm just going to grab this little cell in here. So to make this one work, I actually used a little formula called Vlookup, which we haven't got time to do, but it's one of these most beautiful ones where it looks at a value, goes to the table and grabs the number. So if I type in Basque there, it goes across to here till it finds Basque and then grabs that little code there. Cool. All right. Now, if I come back to here, all I need to do is replace this with F2. And what this will do for me now is that will now, as I pick a different language, let's go to Bengali, it's going to then change it for me live. See how it's changing it all live? It's just blowing up live for me. It's just absolutely fantastic. So that's really cool. But you might be going, well, that's fantastic as long as I know what this first language is. And in our formula here, we have a thing that we've told it that it's English. Now, Google also has this fantastic formula called detect language. So believe it or not, in here, if I click on detect language in there and then put my bracket around it, it will tell me that that is French. So it's worked it out for me. So to make this even better, I mean, you're probably quite excited as well at the moment. What I can do is I can put this formula here, the detect language formula, and I can combine it with this formula here. So whatever we like write in here, Google will work out what it is and then translate it to what we want it to be. How cool is that? Anyway, so I know you're all excited. If I come into here now and just copy this little bit here and come into here and then replace this bit here with that cell reference. I've got to put a bracket around it because that's the way it works. And go like that. Then you'll find that this will now read that as English and translate it to whatever language I'd like. Da, da, da. Absolutely fantastic. So this is a really, 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 really cool little trick. And it works beautifully for you. So it's using this fun, lovely thing called Google Translate and combining the rest of the two together. So I really hope you found that exciting. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. There's much more you can do, but your kids can now go and build a Google Translator straight into a spreadsheet, which I think is pretty cool.